भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया। भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 7, The Killing of Demon Trinavrata, text 13 to 15. We will recite text 15. Vachitva swataryanam Nanda Gopa Samahita Hutva Chagnim Dijatibhya Pradadannam Mahagunam Vachitva swastanayanam Nanda Gopa Samahita Hutva Chagnim Dijatibhya Pradadannam Mahagunam. Those Brahmanas who Ashriya, envy, Anrita, untruthfulness, Dambha, false pride, Irsha, grudges, Hinsa, being disturbed by the opulence of others, Mana, false prestige, Vivarjita, completely devoid of, Na, not, Tesham, of such Brahmanas, Satyashilanam, who are endowed with perfect Brahminical qualifications, Satya Samadama, etc. Ashisha, the blessings, Viphala, useless, Kritaha, have become, Iti, considering all these things, Balakam, the child, Adaya, taking care of, Sama, according to Samaveda, Rik, according to Rig Veda, Yaju, and according to Yajurveda, Upakrita, purified by such means, Jala, with water, Pavitra Aushadibhi, mixed with pure herbs, Abhishya, after bathing the child, Dvija Uttama, with ceremonies performed by first-class Brahmanas with the above qualifications. Vachitva, requested to be chanted. Swasti Ayanam, auspicious hymns. Nanda Gopa, Maharaj Nanda, the head of cowherd men. Samsitaha, Samahitaha, liberal and good. Hutva, after offering oblations, Cha also Agnim unto the sacred fire. Dvijeta Bhaya unto those first class Brahmanas. Pradat gave in charity. Annam, food grains. Mahagunam, excellent. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, when Brahmanas are free from envy, untruthfulness, unnecessary pride, grudges, disturbance by the opulence of others, and false prestige, their blessings never go in vain. Considering this, Nanda Maharaj soberly took Krishna on his lap and invited such truthful Brahmanas to perform a ritualistic ceremony according to the holy hymns of the Sam Veda, Rig Veda and Yajur Veda. Then while the hymns were being chanted, he bathed the child with water mixed with pure herbs. And after performing a fire ceremony, he sumptuously fed all the Brahmanas with first class grains and other food. Purport. Nanda Maharaj was very confident about the qualifications of the Brahmanas and their blessings. He was fully confident that simply if the good Brahmanas showered their blessings, the child would be happy. The blessings of qualified Brahmanas can bring happiness not only to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but to everyone. Because Krishna is self-sufficient, he does not require anyone's blessings. Yet Nanda Maharaj thought that Krishna required the blessings of the Brahmanas. What then is to be said of others? In human society, therefore, there must be an ideal class of men, Brahmanas, who can bestow blessings upon others, namely upon Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudras, so that everyone will be happy. Krishna therefore says in Bhagavad Gita 4.13 that human society must have four social orders, Chaturvarnam, Mayasashtam, Gunakarma Vibhagishaha. It is not that everyone should become a Shudra or a Vaishya and human society will prosper. As enunciated in Bhagavad Gita, there must be a class of Brahmanas with qualities like Satya, truthfulness, Shama, peacefulness, Dhamma, self-control, and Titiksha, tolerance. So I will just read one paragraph and explain a little bit because it's a long purport. So Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalake Chakshurumritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. So the context is here in this Canto 10, Chapter 7, killing of demon Tranavrata. So Krishna is amazingly all these pastimes, because these pastimes are meant for us. These pastimes are meant for us to develop a taste for the service of Krishna. Shranvatam swakatha Krishna punya shravana kirtana hirdanto isthoi abhadrani vidunoti swasatam. By hearing these pastimes, wonderful pastimes, loving pastimes, amazing pastimes of Krishna, Shranvatam, by hearing, Punya Shravana Kirtana, we accumulate so much piety, so much cleanliness in our heart. What happens? What happens by hearing? Hirdanto isthoi abhadrani, inauspicious, unwanted, that's abhadra. That inauspicious, unwanted desire from the heart is removed. That is why Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya. We cannot spare even a single day by not listening. If we don't listen even for a single day, that's not good. So that's why Krishna he incarnated several times. Ete chamsa kala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Yokam Hridyanti Yuge. He came again and again like a river, like the waves in the river and the ocean. So many incarnations. When Krishna comes himself, he is avatari, not avatar. So he descends. to exhibit all the 64 qualities, attributes of the Godhead. That's the power of this incarnation. Ramadi Murti Shukala Niyamena Tishthan Nana Avatara Karod Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Sambhavat Param Pumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamham Bhajami. Ramadi Murtishu, Rama, Varaha, Narsingha, Vamana, so many Adi incarnations. Ramadi Kala Niyamena Tishthan, very systematically. Niyamena. They have planets, they have abodes. Nana avatar, many, many incarnations. But in this Krishna incarnation, Akarod Bhuvaneshu, where he did very amazing, wonderful pastimes. And by listening these, we become purified. Purify means we get rid of troublesome, those very troublesome things in our hearts. Not necessary at all. Because Rupa Goswami in Updeshamrita, he mentioned all of this. He said, Prabhupada said in the preface of Nectar of Instruction, Updeshamrita, this Krishna consciousness movement, in all spiritual affairs, whatever is the faith people follow, like many of my students, they ask me, why Muslims are allowed to eat meat? Why Hindus have begun to eat meat? Why they are killing animals? Yes, that's a very good question. Very innocent student they ask. One time Prabhupada mentioned that some people approached Mahatma Gandhi, Mahatma, and they asked him, you said that Muslims, you favor them a lot, but what do you say about they kill animals, they kill cows? Mahatma Gandhi said, it is their religion, what can I say? But what is that religion? Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat paritam. There is only one religion. There is only one God, Allah, Jehovah, Krishna, Vishnu. One person. How can you say it is their religion? If there is a one God, there is a one laws of set of laws. And everyone must follow. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat paritam. I took a class, comparative religion, long back in 1993. In USA, and the professor Bruce Wallenberg, he was the father of a church, and he used to teach Judaism, Christianity and Islam. And he was saying that the beauty of Christianity is that the difficulty in the Judaism was Old Testament, that you cannot do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But the beauty of Christianity is Christ said, you cannot be pure enough ever. That's why you need mercy, and here I am. I will take away all your sins. But does that mean that you keep doing sins again and again and go to the church, pay purgatory? Hindus, they go to Ganga, Yamuna, they take a dip over there, get rid of sins. Is that a very good proposal? Kunjar Shochvam, Parikshit Maharaj, Sukadeva Goswami mentioned to Parikshit Maharaj, that we are not the devotees like going and taking bath in the river and start coming sin again. So that's why Rupa Goswami said this Krishna conscious movement is for two things, mind control and sense control. That's it. Vacho vegam manasa krodh vegam jiva vegam udaropastha vegam etan vegane vishedya sarvam apem pratimsa sishyat. This is the book, Nectar of Instruction, very powerful. In all spiritual affairs, you may be Christian, you may be Muslim, you may be Hindu. Laws of God are there. We cannot escape. Laws are not different for Hindu and Muslims. There is one law, one God. Same teaching. Whenever we used to have interfaith meetings or gatherings in our temple, we invite all the rabbis from the Judaism there, and then some Christians and some Muslims there, and some even many other like Buddhists, they have their temples. So we invite them all. And we got round by round, first round, second round, third round, and fourth round, and fifth round. In the first round, everyone is different. We believe, we think like this. And we speak from Bhagavad Gita. When we did that, because it's universal philosophy. This philosophy of Bhagavad Gita is the philosophy of Lord Krishna, the manual of human life. And it touches the soul. It's not for body, it's for the Atma. So in second round, everyone began to repeat what we said from Bhagavad Gita. And in third round, they have almost given up all their bad things in their hearts, and they will speak only about the chanting and glory. Like I was in New Orleans one time, and amazingly, near Tulane University, there was a church, Holy Name Church. I was, wow, that's what we do, Holy Name Church. So this is the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. Everyone agreed. In the last round, very last round, everyone saying, yes, the essence of our religion is to take the holy names of the Lord. Finish. And there's one person, Hum khadim tum makdoom, Allah re Allah, sare jag mein teri dhoom, Allah re Allah. Muslims, they chant these songs in their kavalis, in their kirtans. Hum khadim tum makdoom, we are your servants, you are our master. What is the problem? Allah re Allah, you are Allah all. And Christians only. So globalization is the buzzword of today's modern world. Globalization. What does it mean? We know Americans, we know Chinese, we have to do business with them, we meet each other very often, in meetings we go. And one time, some Mormons, this is one branch of Christianity in America, Mormons, they came to our temple and they began attending Bhagavad Gita classes, Bhagavatam classes. And everyone was, wow, finally they came. No. They didn't come to learn Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam and attending those classes. They said, sir, I one day asked them, so you are attending our Bhagavad Gita classes and Bhagavatam classes, morning, evening, very nice. So are you getting something out of it? No, actually, we are going on a missionary in India to convert to Christianity. So we were trying to learn what this is all about, little bit, so that we can understand what they are doing in India, and so that we can counteract and tell them that this is not the thing we are looking for. You need mercy. Mercy is coming from Christ. You can do whatever you want. You get the mercy of Christ. That's what we want to tell them. So the point is, because Rupa Goswami, he is saying, become Goswami. Mind control, sense control, become Goswami. That's what in this purport, Prabhupada is saying. That in this, so let's move on to the purport furthermore on. It says that Chaturvarnam, 4 castes, like many times in America, people argued with me, in India, you guys have this caste system, it's not very good. Dalits and this, all that, that's not very good. You discriminate. I said, yes, we do not discriminate. It is the system given by God Himself. In America, you have the 4 caste systems. You have Brahminical, priestly, professor class. You have your politicians, you have your police class, you have your mercantile farmers class, and you have your benevolent artisans in your society. So you have already, it's natural. You need not to divide it. You need not to create it. It's natural and it's a progression. You can move on back and forth. You took birth in a Brahmana family, but you're not practicing those patan, yajan, then what happens? You come back down, you can become, like I took birth in a mercantile family, but I'm not doing that. So what I'm doing? I'm teaching, I'm professor, I'm studying Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, chanting rounds. So it's Brahminical, because that's what Prabhupada is saying, that we must have some Brahminical culture to give the head to the society. Nowadays, practically, if you want to marry a girl to a boy, and you are in ISKCON, and you are looking for a devotee, very difficult to find. Why? Because so many things we consider. We consider like a birth, we consider income, definitely. Somebody would consider like that. But if you are looking outside ISKCON, practically every fridge, every refrigerator has at least eggs sitting there. At least eggs. Thinking that this is just like a boiling potatoes. And they are all Hindus, Brahmanas by birth. So these Chaturvarna Maya Shashtam, Krishna is saying about in purport here, Prabhupada is saying in purport, Chaturvarnam, these 4 caste order I have created. It's not by birth. Guna karma vibhagsha, not janma karma, no, it's not janma karma vibhagsha, it's a guna karma vibhagsha, divided based on activities. So in our Krishna conscious movement, our duty is, as per Rupa Goswami, that we work on mind control. And how is mind control done? Chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. One time, Jayapataka Goswami Maharaj, he came to Atlanta, and it turned out that he didn't have a personal servant at that point and he wanted to travel. So it came to me somehow, then I sent my son to become personal servant, and when he returned, so I asked him, okay, tell us about the pastimes of Maharaj, because we want to hear from you, the first-hand report. So he said, it was wonderful association, so much mercy. One day, Maharaj asked me in the morning, Aj Govind, what is in your mind? And he became scared. He said, Maharaj, I'm worried about, I need to finish my rounds. I couldn't finish them, my rounds. Bring my bead back. So the thing is, such a big Maharaj, pure soul, he is taking cue, idea or feeling. So this is the lesson we learn. Even big devotees, big Maharaj, they are associating, they want to associate with each other, with devotees, so they can help each other. Such an insignificant bhakta. And Maharaj is taking cue, oh yeah, I have to finish my rounds also. Sometimes I begin to feel, I attend in the morning the class given to the newcomers, first timers to the Boise temple, so to the Vrindavan temple here. Why? Because they are the basics. And I feel like I sometimes tend to miss those basics. Rise in the morning, chant 16 rounds. Rise in the morning, chant 16 rounds. I begin to miss those basics. And thus I want to attend those classes sometimes myself. It's like a refresher course. When we take course, so we want to go to the refresher class to revive, to regenerate our thinking, understanding, and solidifying our knowledge and following. Yatha Didam Yatha Mati, whatever I have studied in Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam and whatever I have realized. Realization means I have lived that practical aspect of that scriptural life. And in that scriptural life, mind and sense control. Sharmatam Swagata Krishna. And then by attending these Bhagavatam classes, we become detached. Our mind is controlled, our senses are controlled. Sarvapadhi Mere Muktam. Get freed from all designations. I am Brahman, I am Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Russian, African, Indian, Chinese. Sarvapadhi Mere Muktam. Get rid of this. Get rid of all these designations. Tat Paratyena Nirmalam. Then you become purified. Right now my vision is contaminated. Right now I am discriminating. Right now I am hating each other. Right now I am fighting with Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Americans, Indians, Chinese. It's all contamination. Sarvapadi Vinimuttam Tat Paratena Nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhati. Rishik, our senses, how they are controlled. We cannot artificially control like Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra, he tried to control his senses by meditation. Menaka came and finished. We cannot control. How we can control our senses? Rishikesh, master of the senses, Rishikesha, Krishna, Bhagwan, engaging ourselves in his service, very easy to control. By product, you need not to make any effort of sense control. Bhakti pareshanu bhava, virakti annatra syat. Many times people say, oh, devotees, you are Krishna devotees in your life, you have no pleasure, no enjoyment. Look, we are drinking, we are watching movies, we are driving here and there, going to mountains and lakes and falls. We are enjoying. You are suffering, doing same thing over and over again. But they don't know how much we are enjoying. Because Brahma Sokhya Tanantam, this is Brahma Sokhya Anantam. So let's read more on. Here are also Bhagavatam, Nanda Maharaj invites qualified Brahmanas. They may be caste Brahmanas, and we have all respect for them, but their birth in Brahmana family does not mean that they are qualified to bestow blessings upon the other members of human society. So Nanda Maharaj invited qualified Brahmanas. In ISKCON, we have qualified Vaishnavas, and Vaishnavas are automatically Brahmanas. Prabhupada gave Brahmana thread so that we can do deity worship. We chant Gayatri Mantra. Why? Because he wanted us to become fully qualified, educated, not like one time a student came to me, sir, you teach Bhagavad Gita, and when in my home is a culture of Upanayan Sanskar, and I have this sacred thread on my head, on my neck. And please let me know what are the precautions and care I have to take. I tell him that you have to rise in the morning, take your bath, and do some puja. I could not tell him right away that chant. I told him ultimately, but not right away. And you do water tulsi, give ark to sun god, Surya Narayan Bhagwan, and then you don't eat meat, do not indulge in illicit connections, and do not get into speculative investments, and eating, meeting, no meat, no illicit, no gambling, no intoxication, and don't take any drugs. So he said, but what about eggs? Because in our friendship, in our circle, we all take omelets. We love them. I said, then you are not qualified. Take this off. It's cheating. Like many politicians in India, they, for their votes, sometimes they go to mosque, sometimes they go to temples. When they go to temple, they put a sacred thread on them. When they go to mosque, they put a topi of Muslims on their head, showing that, oh, they are very much Muslim, they are very much Hindus, like that. That's artificial. Like one time, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's other disciples, they went to the West, and then they were confronted by some of the Britishers. They said, can you make me Brahmana? Then he said, then the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, he said, but then you have to follow 4 things. No meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication. Very simple. You can become Brahmana by chanting, by proper method. Oh, that's not possible. We cannot do it. We cannot even think of it. Then forget about it. So the point is, qualified Brahmanas, because they are qualified, that's why they can bestow their blessings, it will work. Otherwise, blessings won't work. If we don't follow anything, first of all, our preaching will not work. We will ask people to come to temple, to give donation, to take Bhagavad Gita. They won't take. They won't, because we are like a pakhandi. And then that's why in our society, we have to follow for the sake of, for the pleasure of Prabhupada, for the advancement of ISKCON. It is important that we follow. It came in the purport somewhere. So the blessings of Brahmanas who are not envious, disturbed or puffed up with pride, false prejudice, and who are fully qualified with truthfulness. So point here is, they are not enticed or influenced or attracted by the or not envious of the opulence of other people. It can happen. As a devotee, we sometimes go to people to preach. And what happens? They have nice car. They have 3-4 servants. Nice, clean, beautiful house. And we begin to feel, wow, that's the life. That's the enjoyment they're getting. And then that subtle contamination come to our heart. Like Kola Becha Shirdhar, people used to come to him, oh, Kola Becha Shirdhar, your roof is leaking. Get it fixed. He said, no, I don't want to waste my time in that because I sleep on the other side. I don't want to waste my time in fixing this jhopadi, whatever, hermitage. So, because devotees, they don't, it doesn't mean that the devotee don't want to live in a nice, clean place. But the point is, they do not want to over-endeavor. But they say, Rupa Goswami mentioned in Updeshamrita, atyahar prayasa, over-endeavor, prayasa. Many times devotees ask, many times our fellow devotees, they ask, Prabhuji, I'm doing this job, I want to do this job, and it's very, very time consuming, and I'm not able to rise in the morning, I'm not able to chant my rounds. Should I give it up? I always tell, if you can rise in the morning, chant your 16 rounds, follow 4 regulative principles, then you can do your job. If in that job you are missing that link, if you are missing those things, no matter what you are doing, even if you are doing devotional service in the temple, won't work. Offenses will come, fall downs will come. Fall down means not following the advice of authorities, not following the advice of devotees. I am on my own. I don't listen to anyone. That's fall down. Nothing. Falling down doesn't mean you fall from the roof. Falling down means in your consciousness you are autocrat. You don't take advice, don't listen to anyone. That's fall down. Everyone has to follow. Everyone has to listen what senior devotees, what senior bhaktas, management, what they're saying to us. And nobody is immune of Maya, believe it or not. We have to rise in the morning. We cannot avoid this. As a bhakta, as an advanced devotee, as a new bhakta, as a surviving bhakta, whatever. And here it says, Brahmanas must ultimately be Vaishnavas. Brahmanas are Vaishnavas. Vaishnavas are Brahmanas. Brahmana may not be Vaishnava. Janmana jayate Shudra, Sanskarat bhavet dija, Ved padhat bhavet vipra, Brahma janati ti Brahmana. So, we are, many times people are trapped in this caste system. Janmana jayate Shudra, finish. Just one line, everything is finished. No argument, no caste system. Everyone is born Shudra. Because Shudra means where is food, where is sex, where is attractive things. That's Shudra. It's mentality, not the birth. If my mentality is like that, I am Shudra. I may be in ISKCON, I may be in other paths, but wherever I am. If my mentality. So the point here is, we are Vaishnavas automatically. He has already acquired the qualifications of Brahmana. Brahma bhuta prasanna atma na sochati na kankshati. The word Brahma bhuta refers to becoming a Brahmana or understanding what is Brahman. Brahma janati Brahmana. One who is Brahmbhuta is always happy, prasannatma, always happy. If I am not happy in Krishna consciousness, which is very likely, which happens to all of us, very often happens, automatically, immediately you have to understand that I am doing something wrong. I am doing adjustments to my bhakti which are not very good. I have to review I have to regenerate myself. I have to review my strategy, because we are very strategic. Krishna consciousness is a strategic movement to war against Maya. It's a strategic movement. It's a planned, organized fight. We are not fools. We are not sentimentalists. We have temples, organization, cleanliness, flowers, decorations, bhaktas, senior bhaktas. We have whole cadre. We are not just like anyone can do anything, whatever he wants. No, we have system. If you want to take sannyas in ISKCON, it's not that just take a danda and wear saffron cloth, you are sannyas in ISKCON. No. Whole process, waiting list. You are monitored every day. Your reports are being taken by your gurus and by your other GBCs. It's a systematic thing here. So, it's like, nashochati naga. So, if we are not happy, what does it mean? If we are not happy, what does it mean? I'm not doing good. I'm not following things properly. That's why I'm not happy. Because susukham kartum avyayam Krishna. Conscious process is susukham. Very great, very giving pleasure. I have seen in temple here in Vrindavan, many devotees, they are running and jumping with full enthusiasm and dancing in kirtan like a mad elephant. Why is that? They are jubilant in their heart. They are feeling devotional service. Yes, this is our pleasure, this is our happiness. This is what we want to do. Srila Bhakti, in this age, Srila Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur introduced the sacred third ceremony. So the Brahmanas, when Srila Prabhupada gave initiation to Westerners, the questions were raised, what you are doing, why you are doing this nonsense, because they didn't know. People didn't know. But Bhagavatam, Shuddhyanti, there is a verse, Hunandra Pulindra Khasadeya, Shuddhyanti, they become purified. By the Yatha Kanchana, like a bell metal and mercury, they are mixed together, it becomes gold. But you must know the alchemy, you must know the process. And by following proper process, you can become Brahmana. You can make gold. Prabhupada made gold. Prabhupada made gold of Brahmanas, giving head back to the society, not to the Indian society only, to the whole world. That's what Prabhupada's plan was, to create pure Brahmanas. Therefore, in International Society for Krishna Consciousness, those who are twice initiated so as to become Brahmanas must bear in mind their great responsibility to be truthful, control the mind and senses, be tolerant, and so on. If we are Brahman initiated in ISKCON, it's not just a tag, it's a huge responsibility on us. We are the ambassadors. We are the people who will take care of this movement for next 10,000 years. That cannot be done unless we are pure in our practices. We have to be truthful, control the mind and senses. But Rupa Goswami said in Upadeshamrita, then their life will be successful. It was such Brahmanas that Nanda Maharaj invited. Nanda Maharaj did not invite Dijbandhu, friends of Brahmanas. He invited real good Brahmanas who were Vaishnavas, who were devotees of Krishna. Pure. They were not envious, they were truthful. That's what the qualification was. That's why their blessings worked. So our blessing as a ISKCON devotee, as a Brahmana, Vaishnava and ISKCON devotee, our blessings to the whole world, our blessings to the whole society will work only if we are pure in our own practices. And what is that blessing? What is the blessing that we are giving to the whole world? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidya Vadhu Jivanam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentioned. This is the best knowledge that we wanted to give to the whole world. Then our life will be successful. Preaching is the essence. It was such Brahmanas that Nanda Maharaj invited to chant the Vedic hymns, not ordinary Brahmanas. Verse 13 distinctly mentioned Hinsa Mana. Mana. The word Mana refers to false prestige, false pride. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj said, Vaishnavara Pratishtha, Shukrera Vishta. The pride, the false ego of Vaishnava is like a stool of a hog. Shukrera Vishta. This is the biggest problem. We came in ISKCON for principles okay, chanting 6 rounds okay, but then the subtle things begin to manifest in our mind. I am the power, I am the super, I am the best devotee, I am better than others. This is the false pride. and were never invited. So those who were falsely proud, thinking that they were Brahmanas because they were born in Brahmana families, were never invited by Nanda Maharaj on such occasions. Verse 14 mentions Pavitra Aushadhi. In any ritualistic ceremony, many herbs and leaves were required. These were known as Pavitra Patra. Sometimes there were Nimba leaves, sometimes bay leaves, mango leaves, Ashwatha leaves, or Amalaki leaves. Similarly, there were Panchagavya. So many paraphernalia Nanda Maharaj arranged as per scriptural injunctions. The most important word in these verses is Mahagunam, indicating that Brahmanas were offered very palatable food of exalted quality. Such palatable dishes are generally prepared with two things, namely food grains, milk products. Bhagavad Gita 1844 therefore enjoins that human society must give protection to the cows and encourage agriculture. Krishi, Goraksha, Vanijyam, Vaishya, Karma, Svabhavjam. Simply by expert cooking, hundreds and thousands of palatable dishes can be prepared from agricultural produce and milk products. This is indicated here by the verse Annam Mahagunam. Still today in India, from these two things, namely food grains and milk, hundreds and thousands of varieties of foods are prepared. And they are offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavat Prasado Swadana Traptan Hari Bhakta Sangha. We sing every day in the morning. Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavat Prasado Swadana Traptan Hari Bhakta Sangha. Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. So Lord is pleased just by little water, flower, fruit, leaves. Lord is so simple. Yajna Shishta Sinasan To Muchyante Sarva Keli Vijaya Bhunjati Te Togham Papa Ye Pachanti Atma Karanat. Devotees of the Lord, they offer to the Lord and take prasad, but the others who Pachanti Atma Karanat, to satisfy their own senses, they eat. They are eating their Bhunjati Te Togham Papa. Agham Papa, they are eating their own sin, Agham Papa. Even today in Jagannath Kshetra, another big temple, very palatable dishes, so many, Chappan Bhog, and many times in the day, very palatable, wonderful, and there's prasad is distributed to the masses, cooked by first-class Brahmanas. In our kitchen, those who are Brahmanas, those who are first-class Brahmanas, they are allowed to cook. Not all can cook, not everyone can cook. Why? Because we are cooking for Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, and then that prasad becomes so potent, so powerful, whosoever tastes it becomes pure devotee of the Lord. And there are four kinds of prasad, Chaturvidha, like a salty, sweet, sour, and pungent taste are made. So this is Bhagavad Gita also mentions about that. So these are the offerings we made to Krishna. We made best offerings for Krishna. And all the spices, like our spices are so powerful. One day, long back, I went to get my eye exam to a doctor, and there was a girl. She was like a technician, so she asked me to put chin here, and then the machine will take the readings. That's the first hand. And because in America people are very sensitive to the bad, foul, bacterial smell of the mouth, so I put because we don't take the chewing gums or bubble gums as a devotee, so I always keep the long or some elaichi always spice in my mouth. So when I went there and I put that, so somehow smell passed on. So she said, after the exam was done, everything was done, and when I was leaving, about to leave, she said, are you from India? I said, yes. But what was in your mouth? I said, there was cardamom and this, what they call long. So she said, oh, how can I get that? It was so nice smelling. You come to our temple. I gave the card because I carried the card, and she came, Daniel, she became devotee. Can you imagine? Just by cardamom you can make people devotees. Power of spices. We use power of spices being used in this offering to the cooking of Krishna. Just by one single spice you can make people devotee. I did nothing. Just had this cardamom in my mouth, and they got attracted. I pulled them to the temple just by the smell of the cardamom. Need not to do much. Krishna consciousness is automatic. I need not to exert any effort or any extra endeavor that I need to deliberately put these cardamom. No, it was there. It worked automatically. So Krishna consciousness is natural outcome. And like I think I almost covered, so let's take some questions if there's any. So we have a microphone here, and somebody can pass that around. And let's take a couple of questions. Hello, hello. Hello. So anyone, any questions? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you. So yesterday, being a Brahmana and great devotee, when he was unhappy, and after compiling so much Vedic literature and doing so much good or religious activities, and he just felt despondent and very unhappy. Even his Guru Maharaj chastised him, said, you're not really sufficiently glorifying the Lord. So when we feel maybe insufficient or incompetent, is that something that is lacking in Krishna consciousness, or is that just some kind of lesson we're learning from Krishna to take deeper instruction?
Oh, very, very great question. Wonderful. Like Vyasdev, he was despondent. He wrote all the Vedic literatures. He was very unhappy in his heart, very dissatisfied. Narad Muni came. When this was presented by Vyasdev to his Guru Maharaj, Narad Muni said, yes, I can see that, because you have done Jugupsitam. You have engaged people in deity, demigod worship through Vedas, Triguniya Vishya Veda. That's why you are not happy, because you haven't done. So what Panchagoda Prabhu is saying is that, are we having some problems like this here in ISKCON or in Krishna consciousness? Yes, that can happen. It's not happening. It may happen to us if we begin to promote demigod worship in our temples. Because then we are deviating from the original thing, because Vyasdev, he was deviating in the beginning. Then Narad Muni brought him back to the right perspective. Glorification of Krishna and only Krishna and only Krishna. And his pastimes only. No other glorifications. No other worshipping going on. So that's what we can become affected by those contaminated things if we encourage in the name of donation, in the name of preaching, in the name of outreaching. We can sometimes get into those things which is not very much appreciated by our acharyas, by Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself mentioned. So we have to avoid those mentalities, we have to avoid those situations where we feel obliged to allow some sort of this subtle contamination. Like many times people invite me to their Kali Puja or to Jagrans or to Rudrabhishekam. In our institute it happens very often. So I have to attend. But then I very carefully, continuously praise to Mother Durga. Shakti is Sadhan Shakti Rekha Chayev Yasya Bhuvnani. What is that verse? Chayev Yasya Bhuvnani Vibharti Durga Ichhanuruma Yasya Tesa Tesa Govindamadi Purusham Tamaja Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Chayev Yasya Bhuvnani. O Mother Durga, on the order of Lord Krishna, you are maintaining, creating and this annihilating this whole universe. On the order of, you are glorious. So I always try to carefully connect myself to that demigod through Krishna and avoid any offense to them, any offense to Lord Krishna. So that is Yadpad Pallav Vindhaya Kumbha Dvande Pranama Samyesa Ganadhiraja Ganeshji. So many times when this Ganesh Chaturthi comes, whole Maharashtra and Gujarat and all those states, they have big celebrations, Ganesh Visarjan. So don't want to commit any offense to Lord Ganesha, because he is holding the lotus feet of Krishna on his head. That's why we appreciate him. We appreciate his service to Krishna. We don't want to use their temporary boons for us. So, very good question. Thank you. I think that answered. Any other question or comment? Yes, Prabhu.
So we see it's naturally there, as you say, in every country. So what is the reason that people don't accept the original culture?
Very good question. Why people don't accept this original culture, natural progression of, because people, they are mayaya apratyana, their intelligence is stolen by the sense gratification. And nowadays, there is a fashion. Anyone doing job, they pay 20 lakh, 30 lakh, 40 lakhs a year, big salaries. They put their head into the computer, 20 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours a day, working day and night like an ass. And at the end they say, Kastan Kama, they do very great austerity, doing all those things. And then they look, now, bring me all these sense gratifications of the world because I have earned money, I want to enjoy. This is the culture. You have taken birth in a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, whatever you are. You may be Hindu, Muslim, Christians. In my department, all the faculty, they want to enjoy at the end. They are Brahmanas, they are supposed to be Brahmanas, but they are engaging in their only pleasure is drink on the weekends and eat some non-veg. That is the culture left. Because people, they want to get attracted by the lower level of enjoyment. That's why Krishna consciousness is higher taste. It's a Raj Rishi of Vidu. This is meant for Raj Rishi, not for fools and rascals, those who are attached to the lower taste. This Krishna conscious movement is for Raj Rishi, those who are very learned and very much aware of the position of Lord Krishna and their position as a servant of Krishna. And this, but we can attract people. We can attract people. Because I understand, I know. Many students, they came to me after 4, 5, 6 years. When I told them certain things, they didn't listen. They rejected. But after 5, 6 years, they came. Sir, what you said the other day, I didn't pay attention. I didn't like it. But I saw you. I saw it. Because you have to preach by your example. You cannot be at your job speaking lies. That's why people want to know, oh, what do you do? You're so clear, you're so honest, you're transparent. What you have in your heart, you're speaking the same thing out. If that's called duplicity. And devotees, as a devotee, if we indulge in any duplicit behavior, our spiritual life is finished. We cannot afford this duplicity. We have to be very clear, honest. If I am attracted to some sense gratification, I need to express it to my fellow devotees and I need to take support from them. Like one time, one devotee, he was very much engrossed in his mind about sex life, and Prabhupada began to give him his own personal remnants at some point, give him so much mercy. Why Prabhupada did that? He didn't hate the person. He wanted to save the person. If in our movement we hear some devotee, he is going down or feeling down, we don't want to make fun, we don't want to criticize, we want to support, pull him up. That's our. So the point is, even if people don't want to take it, but we give them prasadam, we give them, like whenever anyone comes to our temple, we ask them to give water to Tulsi, circumambulate 3 times. Yani kani cha papani brahmatyadi kani. They become lighter. That's our first package to them. And second, we give them prasadam. And third, we give them little bit about daily philosophical life. But prasadam and tulsi jal, offering water, we can convert their mind, not the religion, not faith, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, no. We can convert their degraded mentality towards spirituality. That's all. Any other questions? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.